Hey, it's Annette and Megan, and we have something really special to share with you today. Annette, I love the beautiful woods behind you.
Thank you. Thank
Awesome! And of course, I'm surrounded by books, as the story magician should be.
you.
um, so we have created some magic, and we want to invite you into it. And what we've done is combine Annette's amazing ability to hold space for people to truly, fully enter their bodies, feel safe in their bodies, and use the natural flow and energy and magic and juiciness of the body to help unlock greater possibility. Is that an accurate description?
I think that's
Anything I missed?
pretty spot on. Really, then landing into trusting self from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. We thought, what if we invited you into a place where you feel in so much self trust in your body, and then amplified that self trust by bringing you into community,
Mm.
and then gave you space to retell the story of who you are and who you are going to be. Kind of
Mm.
that's what it is in a nutshell.
Yes.
And that's the essence of the Somatic Storytellers retreat.
Mm. Yes, this invitation to really step into and to allow yourself to become someone that isn't hooked into the stories of the past, that isn't hooked into the ways that it should be, the ways that it needs to look like, and all the constructs and the scripts that we fall into, even in our businesses. Even when we've expanded past those things, right? We still fall into those scripts. And this is an opportunity to really unhook from those elements and to really look at moment by moment who you are, because who you are in the moment now is who you are becoming. It's not this vision quest to like, oh, I'm gonna get into this external thing out there. It's being created via the body each and every day with each choice that you make. But right, with that, we need to learn how to inhabit the vessel as truly a space of walking with the unknown, right? If we're not hooked into those stories of the past, this is an invitation to really get cozy and comfortable in the dance of the unknown and what that means to operate in this way. So this is really the opportunity to step into the emerged way of being. It's not even a new way. It's just this the sense of emergence of from who you were and what you're desiring, right? What's really coming into fruition? What's that aligned truth really in the moment? And I'm super excited about this dance and this experience.
And like the coolest part is you don't have to be in pain right now for this to be something that calls to you. It's not like, oh God, it hurts and my life is terrible. Like we know that you're kind of rocking it, right? Like you've built a life and a business that you love or a career that you love. Like you have things in place in your life where you're like, I feel really good. I feel really self-expressed. So this is not like, oh, I'm in agony and I need people to take me out of it. It's like I can feel, because I have built for myself this way of being in the world that feels like really good most of the time. I can feel now the call to go deeper. And I
Mm.
can feel the places where sometimes I like, ugh, I do still get hooked, right? Like I spend time with that person, or something happens in my career, or something happens with family, or I hear, news in the world, and I'm like, I can feel myself getting activated and hooked again, even though mostly like I'm in this place of really listening. So, like, this is an invitation to go deeper, and it's also an invitation to accelerate the growth that you're already in. So, what we have experienced when we have brought together like amazing women in community is that the reflections people share, the way the group sees, like everybody sees one another, you see this greater possibility in each other because you're coming without the biases that we have about ourselves, right? And when you have that community, it amplifies your ability to go deeper and grow deeper. So, this is for women who are in a place where they're stepping into greater leadership, maybe in their families, maybe in their communities, maybe in their businesses or in their careers, in their spiritual selves. Maybe it's more leadership in relation to themselves. And you want a path to walk that feels light, easy, joyous. You want to bring out your fun, creative, curious, sassy self as you do this deeper work, as you feel called to be the leader at an even more turned up volume level.
Hmm. And right with that deepening that you mentioned, Megan, thanks for touching on that because that's really what this is. This is about deepening your experience, deepening what it's like to be a human on this earth that gets to play. When we start to look at our reality as an opportunity to play with it, to really co create with your creative force, your power, however you align to that, right? And to really use that to fuel you forward, like the wind is like dancing with you, right? That is the ultimate invitation to really dance in the unknown and to dance in this emerged way of operating within yourself because it can become fun. It can become easy. It can become inspiring for others to really witness you go all in. But and this is like for those women who are really committed and already have gone all in, but are ready to go even deeper, right? And to really experience like the fullness of what they're able to create here on the earth through learning how to live alongside their lived experiences, through learning how to inhabit and really love this human vessel and this earth that's around them, and not just transcending it and leaving it all behind and deeming it all as
Yeah,
bad.
losers.
Yeah, no, this is about like an alchemization of who you were, right? And allowing that to be the foundation, but to know that that's not has anything to do with where you're headed. And this is to fully embody that liberated sense of self that lies within you, that gets to play in the portals of possibility that are always available to us, but we just see one. But I'm really here to, and Megan here too, right? We're here to kind of break down those constructs with you and to allow you to see that you're really the foundation you've built is truly like a wild forest that is not just like a house foundation where you can just grow straight up. It is a forest where you can really stretch your arms out wide and really create in a way that you know within you is possible. You've been yearning for, you've been connecting to, but there's been this bridge that is still a little uncertain. It's still getting built. And this journey of the Somatic Storyteller Retreat is to support you in building that bridge day in and day out through who you're choosing to be in your physical body and the stories that you're choosing to tell via your lived experience and how reality is working with you and alongside of you.
Yeah. And this is where the storytelling piece comes in because we are all, as humans, natural storytellers, and we create new experiences and we set our sights on and we believe in possibilities based on the stories that we have inside of us. And a lot of people tell us, oh, to stop telling yourself the story that doesn't serve you. And that can be a really confusing thing to hear. How do I do that? If I don't do it, does that mean I'm bad? Wait, what if it's serving me because it's like helping me feel safe and I don't feel safe? And there's no need to reject any stories. If you want, if you realize you don't need things and you want to set them down, awesome. But our creation, what we're inviting you into is integrating your stories. And there's such a joy when you integrate your story and you see it and you see, of course, of course, that's what it was all leading to. Of course, that's why this situation came up. Of course, that's why I reacted that way or didn't react that way. Of course, because it was helping me build this arc. I was arcing toward being the hero of my story the whole time. And when you see that, you forgive, you reintegrate, you love those pieces of your story that felt really heavy to carry, that felt gross and icky, that felt sharp and prickly, that felt shameful. And you simply stand in neutral love for them. And so what does this all look like? What are you stepping into? The first part of it that's so key is the sacred land that we'll be on at Elohi Retreat Center in Georgia, up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. This is land that for thousands of years has been held sacred and is now recently just been renewed. Like humans have renewed their commitment to hold this place as sacred land, and it vibrates with the energy of willingness to receive wisdom from Earth Mama herself. So that's the first part, is stepping into that. And then you're stepping into community with other women who are there to help you see more possibility for yourself than you've seen before. You're stepping into ritual, into magic, into play, into storytelling games and practices that will light you up and reconnect you to your own inner storyteller who knows. You're stepping into somatic journeying and soulful experiences, into ritual, and into delicious food that's cooked for you. um, and into this space held away from the hooks, away from the demands, away from the roles that we all fall into when we're in our lives. It's simply what happens. And it's why stepping out is so powerful and so important, because you will naturally return to center and then have all of this support to go deeper into that center point.
Hmm. And through that culmination, Megan, it really just hit home to me while you were speaking. The essence of this experience is living in a sense of healthy detachment to the life and the world around you, in a sense of it's all an opportunity for you to experience deeper layers of yourself, but it is not you, right? And to create this dance of really embodying the witness and living life from that seat of knowing your creative force, knowing your potential, trusting in it, and stepping forward with that, knowing you have a community of women walking alongside of you, and really, there's a beautiful boat, and just walking alongside of you and really anchoring into that, living in a sense of healthy detachment. What would that mean for you? How much more peace could you tap into? What more pleasure can you access, right? How much more of life that we're meant to experience here on earth can you be like enthralled with? And I think that's the medicine really of this experience. And getting there is held by the two of us, but it's also held by yourself. And this is not just like me and Megan's journey. This is a co-creative process that we really like to hit home on, and to allow you to create a space for yourself to shine. And I'm just fucking stoked about it.
Yeah.
Really
So
brilliant. Yeah.
yeah, so if you are wanting to join us, this will be September 15th through 21st, and you'll have full time to expand into the experience, but also to reintegrate. We're really committed to bringing you into an experience where you're titrating, where you're internalizing, where you're integrating, so that when you return back to wherever you are coming from, you feel ready. Like coming out of a meditation, and you slowly open your eyes and you say, okay, when I count to five, I'm just going to be relaxed and ready and open. And sure enough, that's where you are, right? You don't need to re enter. You don't need to take a week's vacation after coming back from retreat, because you truly are given space to be this you that you already are, who might just be kind of covered in cobwebs. Come let the wind blow them off you.
Hmm. Yeah. So come play, come explore, and just trusting even here now. Like, how is your body responding to this conversation, to hearing these words, to really tapping into the energetic frequency of this experience, right? How are you responding to it? And just starting to access that. If you feel a pull, listen, explore, get curious. If you feel pulled back, that's cool. Get curious, listen, right? And start to, this is part of that way of being, is listening to how the body is responding, noticing what's coming up, right? So if you feel that pull, come and check out the link in wherever that link is going to be, in the description, in the bio, wherever you're finding this video, and come play. And we're super excited for you to walk embodied as your soul essence on this earth as best as we humanly can. So I'm fucking stoked. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Just do it.
All right, big love. Mwah.
Mwah.